Last month, HP and I sold our 2008 Lexus ES350, which we purchased to put on Get-Around, and a couple of weeks ago, we replaced this with a newer and better Lexus ES350.
This is our 26 car, a 2013 Lexus ES350.
The car was in great condition, but did have some minor hail damage, and also some minor maintenance issues that we had to address.
So after test driving this vehicle, we found that the rear brakes needed to be replaced because every time we're coming to a stop, they were squeaking really loudly. After further inspection, we did see that the insides of the pads were at zeros and the outsides were at 1 millimeters of depth, meaning they need to be replaced along with the rotors. While back there, we also saw that the tires needed to be replaced and the alignment was out due to the fact that the tires were wearing on the inside, indicating a severe toe issue. Now the rear brakes shouldn't take more than an hour to replace. Hopefully you can hear me over the sound of these cicadas because they are so loud and it's getting hotter outside. It just makes the entire environment feel louder. Now the rear brakes only cost $120 from O'Reilly's for the nice ceramic quality pads. Shut up! And again, it shouldn't take me more than an hour to replace. Now with the rear brakes done, let's go take it on a test drive. Always good to test out the rear brakes when backing down a steep driveway. So naturally with every brake job, something that I find really important to do is to bed in the brakes. So when I take it on a test drive to make sure that it stops appropriately, I'm gonna do a series of hard braking to make sure that the rear pads of this thing actually go all the way down and it makes the surface of the new rotor to the new brake pad and it makes some nice defined lines. Now if you don't do this, you'll find that your rear brakes might start squeaking over time. This ensures that they bed in together appropriately and they become best friends.
What about just acquaintances?
Best friends with benefits. So when bedding in the brakes, my procedure is pretty simple. I like to get it up to around 40 to 50 miles an hour. I'm gonna brake in 20-mile increments. So to start, we're gonna get up to about 45 miles an hour and I'm going to slow down. And then rinse and repeat. Now, after the brake pads have gotten some nice casual talking out of the way, maybe a couple of drinks, we move on to the harder part, getting down to the business.
Gosh.
There we go. Man, she sure is braking. You can tell they're not broken by the way that they're braking. Yeah. The next thing we need to do is replace the arm of the cruise control system in here because for some reason it's missing. Well, it's missing in a sense that it should be here and we can see where it was ripped off. We actually found it in the spare tire area and I think they just accidentally broke it off, didn't know how to fix it, decided to rip the rest of it off, wires included, and then throw it in the trunk. Oh, what's this one? I don't know how to drive. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm grounding that out. Whoops. Whoops. Aha! Now, the cool part is...
Shouldn't you have disconnected the battery when doing this?
I know, I was about to say, this is kind of like a grenade. A live grenade. What fun is fixing cars if there's not an element of danger. And not to be a Lexus fanboy, but I don't know very many vehicles that it's this easy to dismantle the steering wheel and airbag.
My Camaro, whenever I had it in college, was this easy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Plug that in. there we go. So there is something nice about getting a car that has a lesser brand, where Lexus has Toyota, Audi has Volkswagen, and then even look at vehicles like Ford, Lincoln has Ford. Even though this is a luxury vehicle, this same exact part is, I would say, identical to the one that's even in Aubrey's 1996 Toyota 4Runner. It's the same exact part across all their model lines. So when it comes to how expensive this part is, it was only $20. Actually, I think this one was 14 bucks on Amazon, shipped right to the door the next day.
How much would this have cost if it was the Mercedes?
I feel like for a Mercedes, it's very specific and you have to buy the whole steering column for no reason. I'd say a minimum of at least $400, because I feel like there's enough old people that are like, how does this plow? And they break it off.
That's a bit ageist, wouldn't you say?
To be honest, there's not a bunch of young people driving Mercedes, there are old people driving Mercedes. Same thing with Lexuses. I typically only listen to luxury music while I drive luxury vehicles. That's what the L in Lexus stands for. Luxury. What up, William? Oh, today's your day, my man. I need an unlimited wash for that single price of a regular wash, whatever deal you got going on. The cheapest unlimited wash you can give me. All right. Open sesame. Sesame!
Before we can take photos, we've got to take the car to the car wash. And because this car is black and it's more of a luxury segment vehicle, we're also going to put this car on our car wash pass. This allows for us to take our cars to the car wash as many times as we want for just $19.99 per month. We don't have all of our vehicles on this car wash pass, but we do have our luxury vehicles, which is really just this Lexus and our 2009 Mercedes. We also have all of our dark exterior cars on the pass as well. Anytime we get a new car, we always make sure to do a deep clean, not only to ensure that the car is going out on its very first rental in really great condition, but it's also so that the car looks great in its listing photos. And taking those photos is the next step in the process. So now that the Lexus has all of their repairs done, the photos have been taken, it's time to actually upload this car onto Turo, which is something that I've been very eager to actually get done. And I'm actually gonna record myself doing this with my Rode boom mic right here, because this is gonna be something that's featured in the Car Sharing Masterclass, the second iteration. We've been waiting to have a car to list so that I can record the walkthrough, and so that's actually what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. In this module, we're going to be walking through the steps on how to list your car on Turo, and I'm going to be taking you through the steps as I go through and list my own Lexus that I just purchased for my Turo fleet. So I'm actually going to be taking you through this process in real time as I list one of my vehicles. And approximately, let's see, how long has it been? 53 minutes later, we are good to go. The car is listed. Typically, it doesn't take an hour to list a car on Turo, but since I was doing the voiceover, it took me a little bit longer. But the car is listed. Let's see how long it takes this car to get rented. But in the meantime, let's have HP give you a proper tour of the newest addition to the fleet, our Lexus ES350.
This vehicle, because there are so few, it does have a bit of light hail damage, but other than that, this car is in typical Lexus fashion, loaded to the brim. Let's start with the exterior. We can tell this vehicle is nice by the way that it is. We have alloy wheels in the front, fog lights, LED headlamps in the front, as well as rain sensing wipers. And some of the cool features of this one, it does have parking sensors front and rear, as well as a backup camera, something a lot of our vehicles don't actually have. Now this is very similar to our previous Lexus that we bought in that it has a lot of room front, back, and in the middle. There is a ton of trunk room in this vehicle, and I think this is something a lot of people will look for in a luxury sedan, especially when they're throwing in luggage from out-of-towners. Now the front end of this vehicle does not look anything near like our previous Lexus. Like I said before, updated LED headlamps. These do not move around like our previous Lexus, as I think it was an option, but this one I'd prefer to not have it. That makes these headlamps way cheaper in case they end up getting damaged. Now let's move on to the interior. One of the biggest things is that, like the exterior, the interior is black as well. Nice piano black, appliques on the inside, and dark carpets. I really love that, and it's also paired with this lighter headliner. Now the headliner is prone to getting some little bits of fingerprints on some of the visors, but other than that, it is a nice contrast for something like this vehicle to have a light and a dark side. Now the seats are heated and cooled, just like our previous Lexus was. Does not have navigation, which is fine because maps from 2013 weren't really that updated all that much. But it does have Bluetooth audio, something our other Lexus did not have. This vehicle does have the nice easy entry, easy exit feature, so it goes to all the settings whenever I go and start the vehicle. It's really nice. Everything is easy to command. There's not a lot of dummy buttons in here to where, oh, this is hard. You still have actual volume knob, you still have a tuning knob, and the AC is incredibly powerful, which is definitely good in a vehicle that is black with black interior. Now as far as the back seat goes, again, I'm 6'7", so keep that in mind. I have plenty of leg room back here. A very sturdy, thick with 3 C's armrest right here, which is actually really nice, not the dinky ones that you find in our Honda Civic or something, and just a good amount of room back here. Big doors, big armrest, I'm a big guy, and a really cool super back shade too. Cue the back shade. Look at that, that's mad luxurious. My neck has never been so cool. Now we got this car at a killer deal. Considering the KBB book value on this vehicle is somewhere between $15,000 to $17,000, I was able to work this guy down from $12,500 to $11,750 cash money. And with only 97,085 miles on it, this thing has plenty of life to go, considering it is a Toyota underneath all this Lexus skin. Now you might be wondering, why did we buy another Lexus after we literally just got rid of another Lexus? Well, we didn't have that Lexus on Turo, and we honestly think that a high perceived value like this vehicle, and much like our 2009 Mercedes-Benz, this thing is going to rock it on Turo. Somebody who's looking for a nice luxury vehicle, but it's not going to break the bank, and something that has this timeless look, and it doesn't look like it's been outdated like that 2007 Lexus we had. And as this video is live, so is this car. It is listed out on Turo, and we'll keep you updated on how this vehicle performs. As always, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next episode.